Guys, PS6 and Xbox Helix is going to cost you over $1,000 and will launch next year, even if you don't want to. I'll tell you why. So this whole thing started last week when Kepler just reaffirmed that the new PlayStation, the PS6 and Xbox Helix. He specifically mentioned PlayStation 6 only, but this likely applies to Xbox as well in some sort of way. He said that PS6 still is on track for a 2027 release date. Now, at that time, I did not read too much into this. I thought things might change the way things are. They should change and will change, and the console will eventually get delayed. But now, now that I think more and more about it, it actually makes sense. The 2027 release date will be locked in, and how things are, I think Sony will move forward, and I think Xbox will move forward as well with that same release date. I'll explain to you why. So, I just for more context, I'll just let you know what happened. So, last week, Kepler, in a reply to someone on Reddit, he said, like, someone is saying that Sony, is delaying PS6 to 2028 or 2029. He just said no. He said straight out no. And then he added some more context to it, but he was just replying to a post, so I did not read too much into this. But then, just very recently, I think 2 days back, he reaffirmed that the PS6 bill of material is now $960, very close to $1,000. Now, for those who you don't know, a bill of material is actually part of, cost of each component that is used to manufacture the hardware. Then you have to add, marketing on top of it, logistics on top of it, R&D on top of it. So the console automatically becomes over $1,000 here. So and so that's what he said. So he said now it has increased by what, almost $200. So this is what he said exactly. I'll show you. Wait, give me 1 second. Yes. So PlayStation 6 BOM, which is the bill of material, cost now close to $1,000, raising concerns about the console's launch price. Leaker Kepler L2 has updated his PS6 BOM to estimate to be roughly around $960, up from $200 from his March figure. March figure was just recently, guys. Just imagine it went up $200 in couple of months, man. Oh my god, guys! This shit is gonna go up even further. So then he further said, barring any other delays, he said that the PS6 will launch next year because things might get even worse. Yes, and if you think about it, he's absolutely right, and that's my whole theory about this. That this is when I was thinking more about this past week. Things are not expected to ease down. Things are, in fact, expected to become worse, and that's what Asha also said in her interview. So, I mean, we just had this interview recently. I think Micron, they signed a deal to keep the chip prices very high. So this, I have this handy with it. Let's see. Yeah, see, Micron has just signed agreements locking in record high memory prices with major customers through 2030. Now Micron is a major chip manufacturer. Just I'm reminding you guys. Now Micron has logged in 16 non-cancelable agreements through 2030 with 22 billion in deposits, and the Rampocalypse, it seems, has a 5-year contract. Guys, we are so fucking cooked. Guys, we are fucked. I'm telling you guys, this hobby that we love so much, we are fucked, and this will trust me on this. This will get worse for the next 2-3 years. I was expecting it to get better by 2030. I am now 100% expecting this shit to get worse because Lenovo, another key chip manufacturer, RAM manufacturer, came out and said this. Lenovo wants that higher RAM prices are the new normal and we might never see them go back down. My god. So you're saying $800 will, I'm telling you guys, the new normal will, even if the prices go down. Right now, I think Xbox has priced Xbox Series X at 800, right? Sony will follow suit, not right now, maybe in a couple of months, probably after GTA, maybe. We don't know, but they will follow this, all right? They will increase their prices as well. I'm telling you, in a couple of years, or probably by next year, 800 will become the baseline. We are so fucked, guys, genuinely. And this, yeah, I mean, the prices are never expected to go back down to the levels that they were last year. last year, I mean, we might never see a $500 console again. I mean, the more powerful one, we can still see the Series S variants coming in. Like Sony is focusing on, this is handled like a Series S sort of a variant for their PS6, right? I want to see how people react with that, because Series has been the potato for this generation, right? And has held the generation back. That's what all the pundits have told me. So I mean, let's see if they keep the same energy when the Series S of PS6 also launches. Anyway, so I mean, for the base console, for the more powerful console, expect like I think 700 to 800 like will become the base price of like the starting consoles, like going forward. That's it. That's the baseline. That'll be the baseline. So now when I think more about it, like now looking at these articles from Lenovo, looking at this Micron deal, the chip shortage, the apocalypse is going to get worse, and the prices are going to increase. I think they're expected to go like they're expected to increase now even. So why should Sony and Microsoft delay their products when right now, if it costs $1,000, probably in next year it'll cost 1,200, 1,300, 1,500. Who knows? This shit is going to get worse. So they will pull the trigger on this. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they will pull the trigger on this, and next year I'm 100% fully expecting them to release this. And even if they decide to subsidize, guys, what is the point? Even if they decide to subsidize, $1,000 console, they subsidize it by 200. It's still $800. People are still not going to buy it. People are majority of the people will still target the PS5. So what's the point of subsidizing? The hardcore, the people like you and me, people like us, we will buy $1,000 console. We will also buy a $1,500 console. So what's the point of subsidizing? I mean, so I think they will not subsidize this PS6. It will become like the high end, like sort of a PS5 Pro is right now, that sort of model, and it will not be it will not come cheap. It will not be subsidized, and it will be for the hardcores, right? While PS5, yes, that will be the cheaper way, and that will become like the de facto console, 100%. And it will not be subsidized because they know that this console is not for the casuals, and the hardcore will buy it even at 1,500. So why just subsidize? So why subsidize it by $200? So there's no point. So yes, since uh, the Rampocalypse is expected to get worse, I fully expect them to pull the trigger next year, and I expect Xbox to follow suit. I expect Sony PS6 and Xbox Helix to launch in 2027. 100%. It's gonna happen, guys. Until something, until they get, see, if their analysis say that it might get better, the RAM prices might get better, then they might decide to change the plans. But if they are getting the same news, if of course they are, that they are like such big corporations, they have their own analysts, they have their own team tracking all of this. So I think they will release in 2027. It's gonna happen, guys. Be ready for it, and it's gonna be a 1,000 or $1,200 PS6 and probably $1,500 Xbox Helix. Let's see. But Xbox, just a side note, like I think Xbox will like earlier. I think Asha took this off the table, but I think it's 100% back on. She will release Xbox Helix in 2027 as a reference console, like an expensive one. Could be $1,200, could be $1,500. Who knows? Let's see, somewhere in that range. But then there will be other OEMs picking this chip up, the new Xbox Helix chip, and they will be producing probably higher variants, more expensive variants, more powerful than the Helix, and even like cheaper variants, less powerful than Helix. So that will be the model that Xbox will be following. That's what I think. And PS6 will have a dockable Series S version, that dockable handle sort of thing, that will come at approximately $600. That could be docked to your TV as well. They will have the PS5 as the de facto console, and they will have $1,000 to $1,200 PS6, and they will release it, I think, in 2027. Apart from this, there was one more thing that I wanted to discuss quickly. So we thought that live service push from Sony is over, right? I mean, after all the blunders, after Concord, after Foam Stars, after so many, like all these shit ass games they released over the past 3-4 years, we thought that it's done. Now the focus will be single party, over the shoulders, Uncharted sort of games. Apparently, the focus is still, they're still focusing on that. It is not done, guys. They are still, let's go over let's quickly, let's see what they have to say on this one. SIE president and CEO hasn't given up on live service games just yet. So he says the genre itself is relatively new. So we also want to continue to take on challenges within that context. He goes on to say, yeah, he added, we are not only focusing on promoting new releases, but also considering what we can do with older titles in the medium to long term. Also, this year we are planning to release our own live service title, Marvel Tokon. If you look at it, yes, Marvel Tokon is a live service sort of game. They have MLB, and they looks like they're not done with this. It looks like they will be they will be targeting many more Concords now. I think let's see what happens. But I would have loved them to just focus on single player games. But they want that live service money. They want that Minecraft, guys. They want that very own Sea of Thief money. But they have they're gonna keep trying till they get the one game that hits like Helldivers. But Helldivers is not their own game. They published it, but it's like second party. So they want that one. And once they get one, they'll try more. Of course. So they are not stopping, guys. So I mean, just like on an end note, guys. I think this hobby that like connects us. I'm sitting here in like in India, and I'm talking to you guys probably in UK, US, or even in other parts of Europe. And this hobby that connects us, man. I mean, this is so fucking good. That this hobby that we love, it's absolutely cooked. And it's absolutely cooked, man. And it's all down to these people like Sam Altman, even Satya Nadella, for that matter. These motherfuckers, they get to decide how we have to spend our money. My God, man. I don't know when this AI bubble is going to pop, whether it's going to pop, whether it should pop. I don't know, but all I know is that the hobby that we love so much is just, man. I don't know what to say. This is Bilal from No Respawn, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.